As I mentioned earlier, I'm feeling really motivated to do a double upload today, so I thought I'd bring you guys my next Overwatch World Cup installment with the highly requested Who Makes Team Netherlands. The Dutch Overwatch side has consistently been one of Europe's most promising prospects, but has just never managed to get over the qualification hump to make BlizzCon, despite finishing third both in 2018 and 2017, the 2 years they've competed. Last year they participated in the Paris qualifier, defeating Team Germany and Italy 3-1 and Poland 4-0, before losing to both Team UK and France 4-0, resulting in a third place finish, with 3 wins and 2 losses. Despite the disappointment of missing out, there are a lot of positives to take away from their performance here, as they clearly stood out as the best of the rest, and they gave France and the UK a tougher time than they had anticipated during their series, with a 2-4-0 scoreline not fairly reflective of the challenge they put up. The Netherlands have a number of great talents, with some involved in the contender scenes around the world, but their 2019 World Cup preparation hasn't been going brilliantly, with some suggestions that it's been a bit unstable. The original committee that was voted in saw Cazor as head coach, Ms. Vasility as community lead, and Morte as general manager, although as far as I understand it, Join Voice Please has now taken over as acting manager. For this video, however, I'm not going to discuss any of the drama in detail that might be going on behind the scenes, and instead I'll be focusing on the best Dutch players who I think could make a 7-man roster if I was in charge, and of course if I miss anyone out, please let me know down in the comments below. Main tank historically isn't the Netherlands' strongest position, with many players here not competing at the tier 2 scene. However, this does allow newer talents to break onto the scene, with the team last year selecting Korn to represent them. That said, since I haven't been able to find any information about his competitive experience, or even if he's old enough to compete this year with the age changes, I'm unlikely to select him. That is why I'd select Dans as the Dutch main tank for this year, after he recently joined Phase 2 in North American Contenders. His team has an okay 2-3 record at the moment, but from what little amount of footage I've watched of his play, his Orisa and Rhine appear really solid with some nice ultimate usage, and given his experience at the tier 2 scene, it makes the obvious choice to be selected. I'd have loved to have included Kandop here, as he's having an excellent 2019 with Young and Beautiful, showing off some very nice Rhine and Orisa plays, but he's only 16 at the moment, and therefore he won't be eligible for this year. Again for this year, Brusen seems the obvious choice to fill in as a flex tank position. He represented the Netherlands last year and put on a very promising display, primarily on D.Va, after enjoying a very successful year with 1 point, who consistently found themselves doing well in the European scene. He's continued to grow and develop, and was picked up recently by Young and Beautiful, the Contenders Trials team, but he helped to qualify into the second season of European Contenders, which in turn gave him the opportunity to join Angry Titans, where his D.Va has continued to look good, whilst also demonstrating a nifty ability to flex onto Sombra if required. He stands out as the player with the most experience in the tier 2 scene, as well as being on the national side last year, so it makes sense to bring him back again for these assets and pre-existing synergy that he'll have with other teammates in the squad. Their main support position is one of the more interesting spots on the team, with the top 2 candidates being Kara and Crusade. Kara started to become known on the competitive scene towards the end of 2018 with We Have Orc, who he helped qualify for European Contenders with a decent Lucio and Mercy, but hasn't competed at this level since then, and he's currently a free agent of his position. Crusade, meanwhile, has been out of action, having taken time away from the competitive scene after his 2018 World Cup display, which showed off his Lucio ability, but he earned that selection with a great start to 2018, winning the Pit Championship Europe Season 2 with those guys, before going on to win the first 2018 season of European Contenders with British Hurricane. And that's not even mentioning 2017, where he also made the national side after a semi-final placing with Laser Kittens in the European Contenders 2017 Season 0. In terms of comparing the pair, Kara holds the recent known ability and experience, whereas Crusade has a history and synergy with the team, and ordinarily I would say this would be a close contest, but should be decided by team trials, but delve a little deeper into the drama, and it's a bit more complicated. That said, with no concrete recent footage for me to go on, I'd have to stick with Crusade for the side this year, for the experience and synergy that will be a great benefit of the team that he can bring. But again, I'd have loved to see this pair go head to head in a scrim. Flex support is where the competition for places really starts to heat up, with the decision most likely coming down to Trispit and Sab. Trispit showed off his Zenyatta ability in early 2018 in European Contenders as a member of Vatsa Disband, although his team was never able to achieve meaningful success. After winning the Insomnia 63 Open with M&M Gaming, he moved on to Shu's Money Crew, helping them progress through trials, and a solid finish in the third 2018 season of European Contenders. 2019 saw a short stint at Eternal Academy, but now he's a member of North American Contenders side Square One, and what he's been performing well, showing off his ability on Ana, even if the team hasn't been finding results. Sub, meanwhile, was a relatively unknown player before last year's World Cup, but put on a strong display on Zenyatta. Since then, though, he struggled to break into the Contenders scene, despite a short spell at the end of 2018 on the European Contenders side Bazooka Puppies. Whilst 2019 has seen him compete on a number of sides in minor tournaments after failing to get into European contenders, with side effects falling short in the trials at the beginning of this year. This is a position that certainly will be decided by their tryout performances, with TriSpit having gained the recent contenders experience, while Sub has the pre-existing synergy. But on balance, I think I just lean towards TriSpit for this spot, with high level of experience needed I feel if a team wants to try and get over the hump this year. This therefore leaves a DPS role, which like most teams will likely feature 3 DPS players, and although I'll be doing the same here, it's not a guarantee. Of course, Dutch fans would love for me to include A10 into the conversation here, and I'm aware he did take part in the early trials with Team Netherlands, but due to the fact that he has dual nationality with the UK, he's taken part in their tryout process as well, and has now got into their final 18, which suggests to me that he's unlikely to be participating for the Dutch side this year, and as such, I won't be including him here. The first and most obvious option at DPS is Visility. He's extremely talented on a variety of DPS heroes, and has been one of the side's best players at the last 2 World Cups. Aside from his developing relationships with many of his teammates here, he also has a vast amount of experience. He's currently on Montreal Rebellion, who's helped to a strong 3-2 start with his North American contenders season, and has really developed well since the last World Cup, winning European contenders with Team Giganti, then reaching the semi-finals with them at the start of this year, making him a standout choice. It seems obvious then to pair him alongside his fellow starter from last year, Jonah, who's also been a member of the Dutch side for the past 2 years, with solid showings himself. The synergy is clearly there, and he's continued to improve and develop in the European contenders scene, with Young and Beautiful, who currently sit in the middle of the rankings for this season. As for the last spot though, at DPS, it probably comes down to their 2 options they had from the 12-man squad last year, Dante and Zyno. I couldn't find too much information about the pair and their current experience in the competitive scene, but from what I have found out, apparently Zyno has been performing well in the Netherlands trials, and as I've found more recent evidence of his involvement in some minor events, I'd have to go with him over Dante, who I'm not even sure is competing this year, despite his vast experience before the 2018 World Cup. So to quickly recap my selections for a 7-man Team Netherlands squad, I would choose Danz at main tank, Brusens at flex tank, Crusade at main support, Tri-Spirit flex support, and Visility, Jonah, and Zyno as my DPS trio. And with it now officially confirmed to be run in 2-2-2, I think this squad has the potential to get some progress towards qualifying for BlizzCon, although it will be tough to get past some of the other European titans that haven't yet qualified. And as I mentioned at the start of this video, if there's anyone else you think I should have mentioned, let me know. And with that, we reach the end of my Team Netherlands Overwatch World Cup video, and I'd like to thank you for watching. Team Germany is the next squad on my agenda, so if you enjoyed and don't want to miss out, then please like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter for this continuing Overwatch World Cup coverage and content. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.